So thank you, thanks for the presentation, and thanks to the organization for inviting me. As she said, I'm going to show you how we try at least to move from access to empowerment through some inclusive practices that we are currently undergoing in our clinical trials. So today I will present you two cases. Both of them represent like different angles of inclusion. The first of the cases is a whole project that we have designed with inclusion at its core, and it aims to engage people from low socioeconomic backgrounds. And the second case is some examples of activities that we are currently undergoing with people with intellectual disabilities. However, both cases have in common, or the idea behind these cases is that, as you said before, inclusion is not just about expanding eligibility criteria or saying, okay, I tick, and that's it. It's about rethinking every time we have to start a new study about who we want to engage, how we have to communicate with them, and to build a study around the real needs of this population. So, before explaining you our solutions to the inclusion problem, let's say, I would like to start with a previous study, the study that we conducted before, that was one that we really, I think we made some mistakes there, but I think it's also fair to show it, to be transparent with that, as he said, and hopefully it will help you. So this previous project was the PENSA project for the prevention of cognitive decline in people at risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. It was older people, okay? It involved multimodal lifestyle intervention, diet, physical activity, and cognitive training. And to give you a little bit of context, we are placed here in this building. It's a quite unique area of Barcelona because within a walking distance we have one of the neighborhoods, I don't know if you can see, yes, one of the most deprived neighborhoods in Barcelona, as well as one of the most affluent areas. That was the one that was built during the Olympic Games. So when we designed the study, we were fully aware of that diversity, and we really, at that point, we really wanted our participants to show or to represent this diversity. However, we have not been trained in inclusion, so we made some mistakes. Here are some things regarding the design of the study that when we think about it later, maybe we did wrong. So we first designed the protocol and we conducted a focus group, and people from Hospital del Mar, Fundació Pasqual Maragall i Amics de l'Hospital del Mar revised the protocol. They proposed some changes, and of course, we made these changes to the protocol. These people, I have to say that it should meet the same inclusion criteria as the ones that we will going to include in the study. Regarding the strategy, the recruitment strategy that we used at that moment, we designed a website, and all the recruitment was online, and the dissemination of this website was mainly done through our social networks from Fundació Pasqual Maragall i Hospital del Mar. As I told you, we really wanted that people from these more deprived neighborhoods would be able to participate in the study. So that's why we include in our trial some facilitators, or some things that we think it's going to be facilitators. We allocated part of the budget to give tablets and smartphones to participants if they need it, because these devices were mandatory or to conduct the intervention. Of course, all the rest of the intervention was free of charge. We allocated some budget also to support the transportation cost of the participants, and we managed to have some discounts in healthy Mediterranean diet products on a monthly basis, thanks to a well-known supermarket chain in Spain. So we did all that stuff, but then when we analyzed the study, at the end of the study, we realized that the participants that we finally included were predominantly from high socioeconomic status participants. So as you probably know, people from low socioeconomic backgrounds are more than 3 times likely to develop dementia. So ironically, we didn't reach the ones that would benefit the most of our project. What we learned from this project? I have to say that despite all that I have said, the intervention was effective, well tolerated, and had a very high adherence, which is very important with these types of interventions. But as you know, the findings mainly reflect only this type of population. Regarding the dissemination channels, probably we used the ones that don't work for these communities, and we also were focused on financial barriers and probably overlooked other barriers like cultural or relational ones. That's why, with all these lessons that we learned, we designed the PENSA Impact Study. So, the PENSA Impact Study that has been recently granted with a FIS grant from the Spanish Institute of Health. In this case, we want to co-create the dementia prevention intervention that was found to be effective with the communities with low socioeconomic status. I say with, because in this time, what we are going to do is we are going to try to embed the whole intervention, all the processes, in the communities. So we will move from our research area, from our research building, to the civic or community centers or the networks that are already available within these neighborhoods. Also, of course, the target population will be based on the socioeconomic status. Sorry, and regarding the recruitment strategy, this time we will assess a new method. We will keep on using the regular GP network, and also we will try the snowball sampling method, which has found to be very effective with populations that are hard to reach. This snowball sampling method, for those who maybe don't know what it is I will invite, the research team will invite someone from the community, and then each person included in the trial has to tell their relatives, friends, whatever, have to invite another person, another person, and this is like the snowball, okay? Here is the design of the PENSA Impact Study, and in this case we will have phase 1, which is the co-creation phase, and phase 2, that is a pilot trial to test the feasibility and satisfaction of the intervention already co-created. This time we are going to use participatory, appreciative, action and reflection approach, which is an approach that is based on the strength, shared reflection, and positive change through participatory dialogue with the communities. In the first phase, we will have step 1, that are individual interviews with end users only, where we will try to assess the health information sources, the trusted health information sources, as well as which dissemination channels would they prefer. In step 2, the co-creation sessions, we will have sessions with health professionals and researchers. These are going to be one group, and also with end users, where we are going to discuss during these 8 sessions. I won't go through all of them, but basically we will discuss on past experiences, challenges, and histories of success related with these behaviors: diet, physical activity, and cognitive training. And then with all this information, we will explore solutions together with them. I mean, it's going to be them that come with the final intervention. They are going to create the prototype, we will review it, and do the final validation. And in step 3, this first part is a qualitative study, so we will analyze all the data and come with a final proposal. Then we will move to phase 2, and at the end, we will assess its feasibility and the satisfaction of the participants. I have to say that participants in phase 1 and phase 2 are going to be different. So, what makes this trial inclusive? at least what we have tried to do. We are including only the population that would benefit the most of this intervention. We are using an approach that ensures equity and cultural relevance. And as I told you, we will try to embed the whole process, the whole intervention within the community, leveraging their already available local infrastructures. If we success on the first step, we will try to use accessible communication and relevant communication through trusted health information sources. And hopefully, we are going to assess which are the most convenient recruitment methods for this type of population. Again, it will be a multi-stakeholder design. And we hope engaging the population would help their participation. Okay? So let's move completely to the second case. I'm going to tell you about a few activities that we are implementing in our trials with people with intellectual disabilities, specifically with people with Down syndrome. Okay, so what I want to show you with these examples is that including someone in a clinical trial is not necessarily being inclusive. Okay, and this is the case of people with intellectual disabilities. Historically, they have been included in some clinical trials, but they have been excluded from many of the trial processes, from the beginning to the end of the trial. So I'm going to explain you some examples regarding these two projects, European projects, the ICOT project that aims to assess the security and the safety, and efficacy, of a new molecule to improve cognition in Down syndrome, and also the GoDS project that tries to assess the relation between obesity and some comorbidities and Down syndrome. I have to say here, I think that it's important for the examples that the law in Spain has changed recently. In 2021, the law was reformed, and the law regarding people with disabilities. And now it says that people with disabilities have to be included in their decision-making processes, not only in clinical trials, of course. Okay? So we are supposed to help them understanding all the information that it's necessary for them, okay? Even if they lack of legal capacity. See? So that's why, regarding the first part of the trial, the informed consent, up to now is hopefully it is going to work. Up to now is the legal guardians, the one that have to sign the informed consent. What we have implemented in the ICOT project is the assent form, which is another document that has to be signed by the participant, by the people with Down syndrome. But to do that, we have to translate and create a new method to give them all the information related with the study. What we have done is that we have created a video with adapted visuals. This is a step-by-step explanation, slow-paced, and cognitively accessible for them. We decided to do it like that way because the preferred source of receiving information is visual, with images. They perform better if they receive images rather than text. Okay? We see the video with them. They have plenty of time to do questions, to repeat the video if they want, and if they agree, then at the end they sign the assent consent. And now, for us, the assent consent is as necessary as the informed consent to be included in the trial. So hopefully I can help you. Yeah? Okay. They will do that.
Pedirte tu ayuda. Estamos realizando una investigación para aprender más sobre el síndrome de Down. ¿De qué trata nuestro estudio? Queremos estudiar si un fármaco puede ayudar a las personas con síndrome de Down a aprender y recordar mejor, a mejorar la atención, a organizar mejor su vida diaria, etc. ¿Por qué te necesitamos? Queremos hablar contigo porque tienes síndrome de Down y tienes entre 18 y 35 años. ¿Qué pasará si participas? Todos los días durante un periodo de 4 semanas tomarás un medicamento. Este medicamento puede producir algunos efectos negativos, por ejemplo, dolor de cabeza, problemas gastrointestinales. Te preguntaremos cada día cómo te sientes. Si te encuentras muy mal, abandonarás el estudio. Te haremos algunas preguntas. Tu padre, madre o tutor responderá a unos cuestionarios. En la primera y la última visita, harás unas pruebas sobre cómo aprendes y recuerdas las cosas. Son como juegos. Algunos serán en el ordenador. Te haremos varias extracciones de sangre. Aunque no es la primera vez que te hacen una extracción de sangre, nos aseguraremos que un personal de enfermería altamente experimentado minimice cualquier molestia que puedas experimentar. Obtendremos un trocito de tu pelo. Observaremos cómo funciona tu cerebro. Al principio y al final del estudio, te pondremos un casco durante 1 hora con pequeñas pegatinas que pondremos en tu cabeza. No te molestará ni te dolerá. Sin embargo, es posible que experimentes alguna molestia, ya que utilizaremos un gel para aplicar las pegatinas. Sentirás como si llevaras un gorro de piscina y tuvieras la cabeza mojada. Tendrás 14 visitas durante un periodo de 3 meses. Cada visita durará entre 2 y 3 horas, excepto 2 visitas en las que tendrás que estar todo el día. Las visitas se realizarán en el Instituto Hospital del Mar de Investigaciones Médicas. Tu padre, madre o tutor también vendrá a la visita. ¿Quieres participar? Si decides participar, te pediremos que firmes una hoja de asentimiento informado. Puedes dejar el estudio cuando quieras. Aunque digas que sí ahora, puedes cambiar de opinión más tarde y decir que no. Los procedimientos de este estudio tienen en cuenta tu seguridad y protección. Esta investigación ha sido aprobada por el Comité Ético de nuestro centro. Ellos se aseguran de que seas tratado correctamente. Si tienes preguntas, puedes hablar con Beatriz Fagundo, llamando al 93 316 0461 o escribirnos un correo electrónico a afagundo@imin.es. Esperamos que esta investigación ayude a mejorar la vida de las personas con síndrome de Down. Gracias.
Okay. Sorry, the subtitles should have appeared in the video, but well, it doesn't work now. If you want, you can check it on YouTube. It's also available on YouTube. So finally, the next activities that we have implemented that I want to show you are related with the dissemination, with the returning of the results to the participants in our studies. And in this regard, we have incorporated dedicated sessions for participants and families in every annual symposium in both meetings, in both projects, in the ICOT project and the GoDS project. This is quite funny time because and it's quite beautiful also because we researchers and families are both in the same room, let's say, and we can talk and express like our ideas, their fears, what do they want, and so on. So it's a really nice experience. Also, in the context of the GoDS 21 project, they have created visuals, short videos, almost like this one, with the results of the study. And finally, also in the GoDS project, one of the main outcomes of the project that is finishing right now was the creation of guidelines for clinicians and for families to manage obesity with Down syndrome participants. And what we have done, once we had all the results from the study, from animal and observational human studies, we managed a focus group with participants and their families, and we asked them what are their thoughts about obesity, what are their difficulties with this issue, what do they need, in which format do they want to receive this information, and once we have all this information, we are now trying to really design a guideline that is really based on their needs and their thoughts, and hopefully we will have it soon. So to wrap up, again, what we've learned is that inclusion is not a tick box, it's a change of mindset, and that every time that we start a new project, we have to rethink again and again who we want to engage, in which terms, and how we have to do it, and if possible, design always with and not for participants. So I hope my mistakes may help you, and thanks for your attention.